Hello, citizens. It's me Logi, and welcome back to another video. And this video is gonna be a continuation of SQL injection attacks in PortSwigger Labs. And it would be better if you watch the previous video before this video. So let's continue this. So until this part, we have covered what's SQL injection and how can we retrieve the data using the famous apostrophe or one equal to one. How we can get into a particular system, particular vulnerable system which is vulnerable to SQL injection attack, and how we can how can we how we can know how many number of columns using the union-based attacks and using the order by class. And here we are gonna see how can we determine what's the data type of the columns. So by using this union, it's easy for us to determine the column data type uh, column data type of the particular original query. Uh, Really, we are gonna do a trial and error, but using this union, we can do that. Before this, we have to know that the username and password will always be in string. That's easy to store and to manipulate. So we are checking whether the particular column is string or not. So by using this, we can easily check whether that particular column is string. Because if it's not string, then we'll get this following error: conversion failed when converting with varchar value a to data type int. So by using this, we can find or we can understand whether that particular column is string or not. We can also check with the integers and flow values too. But the main thing is we won't get this error in the client side. So we can check with the internal server error. First, we have to check with the first column. Then we have to check with the second column. Then third column. Then fourth column, and so on. Before this, we have to perform an attack on knowing how many columns are there, which we have already seen in the previous video. So let's continue this. We have a lab here, which I have already solved though. Uh, let's check this lab. It's easy lab. Our main goal is to know which column is string data type. Before that, we have to know how many columns are there. And by for knowing that, we have to perform that quotes union quotes union select null attack. Then when we confirm the number of columns, then we can easily find the data type of that particular columns. Here, first let's select any category here. So only then I'll get this category variable here. I can also use burp, but it's easy for this task to use the normal browser. So yeah, I can do. I can inject my query here itself. First, let me find how many number of columns here. Select null. I got an error. Union select null. Come on, null. We can very well do this with burp, but uh, I have to perform another step in burp. That is I have to do a URL encoding itself, which will all automatically be done in the browser itself. For that reason, I'm doing this. Union select. The two columns is also returned error. The two nulls returned error. So let me try with three nulls. So we got no error here. So now our task is to check whether this first column is string or not. Union. Yeah, we got this here itself. 'A'. we got an error. So first column is not string. Let's check with the second one. Let's check with the second one here. Apostrophe union fun apostrophe a. Yeah, we can understand that the second column is string. So our question is make the database to retrieve the string kzfyd6. We can just print this string here. So for that, uh, we have to alter the string as union. Instead of this a, we can very well insert the string here. Just insert the question string. If it does that, no, the lab is solved. That's it. We solved this lab. Let's go to the next lab. Okay. Um, now we have completed the attack of knowing the number of columns. We knew the columns now, and we have also knew how to know the column data type. Now until now we knew what's the data type of the columns too. Now our motto is to find the username and password from the users table or the respective table that contains the username and password. That's our motto, and in the next lab we can do that. In this lab, we are supposed to fetch the username and password from the table users. Let's do this. And by using this union attack, we have to log into the administrator. And the main thing is, as we are supposed to find the administrator password only with username and password, we can't use the query administrator hyphen hyphen here. I have tried that and got the nose cut. If I try administrator here, ad- yeah, administrator, and if I try something here, then I will get error because they have implemented the parameterized query here. So we can't use SQL injection here to login in this. Even if we try the administrator and R1 equal to 1, we'll get an error. R space 1 equal to 1 hyphen hyphen invalid username and password. So we are supposed to find the username and password only with the union attack. Before that, let's go in the order. Let's go in the order. First, we have to find what are the number of columns in here. Union select. As in the previous tables, three columns are used. Previous labs, three columns are used. Let's try with three, whether we get it or not. Union select null hyphen. We get an error. Let's try with two because username and password is there, right? Let's try with two. Yeah, we don't get any error. Now let's try username and password here. Let's check whether we get the output. Username, password from users. So we got the password of the administrator. Now we can copy this and we can go to this my account. Let's put the username as administrator, and if we paste the password, then book. We solve this lab. So the thing is, even though it looks easy here, in real world applications, at most places, parameterized queries are used. Because of that, nowadays SQL injection is rare actually in modern applications, but in applications that are not even updated for ages, There we can find SQL injection, and with the tools like SQL map, we can fetch the entire database too. So SQL injection is a very powerful vulnerability where we can completely retrieve the database of the particular organization. Here, retrieving multiple values from within a single column. So in some cases, only the only one column is there in the original query, but if we give two columns in union query, we get an error because we have to match the column numbers, right? That's what we are seeing about the unit attacks in our previous videos. So we can use the concatenation operator here. By using this concatenation operator, we can make this whole column as a single column in the display side, in the client side. So there won't be any error in that. And also, when we follow this SQL injection cheat sheet, we can find many concatenation operators here. For Oracle database, double pipeline symbol is used. For Microsoft Plus, for Postgres, the same double pipeline. And for MySQL, both space and concat function is used. By using this, we can concatenate the entries of two columns. With that, we can easily display the number. We can display the data what we want, even though the constraint of only some amount of columns there in the original select state. It may be confusing a bit. When we do the labs, we'll get into it. Um, this lab contains an SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. The results from the query are returned in the application's response. So you can use a union attack to retrieve data from other tables. The database contains a different table called users with columns called username and password. To solve the lab, perform an SQL injection union attack that retrieves all usernames and password and use the information to log in as the administrator user. Even though this lab looks similar to the previous lab, we have to uh, we have to keep a thing in mind that this lab limits us to use concatenation operator and not the usernames and passwords direct. Let's see that in lab. Let me close this. Let me close this and this. If you see this hint now, they are given that we can find useful payloads here. That's not in our scope right now. Okay, when we click this accessories, we got this category accessories, and we are supposed to know how many columns are there. That's our first step. What we have to do here: null hyphen hyphen server error union select null comma null. We don't find any error. So our next step is to find the data type of the columns. Okay, let's find that union select apostrophe A. Okay, we got an internal server error. This means the particular first column is not a string, maybe integer or some other data type. Let's find the data type of the second column. Okay. The second column is string. So what we get here. So my question is, if the particular column here is not string, how can we print the username and password here? By using the concat operator. If we do the concatenation in the second column, we can get the username and password by which we can log in to the administrator. We can log in to administrator of administrator account. Username, password from users. Yeah, we got this administrator password. This administrator's okay. Oh, administrator is a username. So this is the password. This whole thing is password. Let's copy this. Let's go to my account and the username is administrator and the password is this. Yeah, we solve this lab by using this concat operator. Even though the number of columns is limited for us, we can easily we can easily find the we can easily find retrieve what we want. So that's the main usage of this concat operator and union attacks. In our upcoming videos, we'll see about the remaining labs and remaining content of SQL injection from PortSwigger. So let's complete our video here, and that's it for today. Let's see you in our next video. And if you like our content, kindly do subscribe and click the bell icon. So that's it. Let's see you in the next video. Until then,